just an idea. I mean, it is, isn't it? Tesco is just an idea, let's be honest. And the question is it a good idea or a bad idea? Do you think it's a good idea to let one person or one group of people control hundreds and thousands of shops and control the food supply to the people? Do you think that's a good idea? I wonder what would happen if we all got together and said, you know what, it's not a good idea. What would happen if we gave Tesco 6 months to sort themselves out? If after 6 months they continue lying, cheating, stealing, tricking the people with their lies and their slogans and their special offers, if they don't take down their every little helps, or at least add the words us at the end of it, then we will be able to prosecute them for fraud. What would happen if we changed the law so that the people that actually ran these corporations, so the people that own shares and control these corporations, start to become responsible for the crimes that these corporations are committing? Let's be honest, anybody here with a tiny little bit of intelligence knows that you can't get as big as Tesco without being devious and criminal. What would happen if we all woke up and realised one day that actually maybe we shouldn't really be going to Tesco? Have you ever looked at the people that work there? Have you ever imagined what it'd be like to work in Tesco? Have you ever imagined why it is that a corporation that is so successful can't afford to pay decent money to the people that work there, so they have to go scrounging to get benefits from the government, and they're working all day? I wonder what would happen if we started doing things differently. And whilst we're in the city, do I want to stand up? No. Who are you? Oh God, we've got the heavies in, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the heavies in. I'm not protesting. Why are you saying I'm protesting? I'm on your building. Is it yours? Who owns the building? Who owns the building? I'm very funny, thank you very much. You're not the only person that says that, although I have to admit that my wife and my children do not really share that view, and I suspect that you are with them. I think you might get on well with them. Now the thing is, I understand that you're beautiful dress. You know what I mean? I love being told what to do by people with very fancy dress on, yes? We are who are you? Sorry, who are you? What's your name? I won't tell everyone. You do. Well, my name's Al. Yeah, I understand. You're saying you're responsible for this building, you'd like me to move, but who owns the building? Sorry, who owns the building? Is that too much of a difficult question to answer? I mean, you're trying to control my behaviour. I'm sitting down here. Why are you trying to stop me? There's all these people sitting down. Do they have permission? Okay, so why are you trying to... I'm having a lovely time sitting down in the sunshine, and I regard you guys as fellow human beings, okay? Yes. Fantastic, great. Now, I haven't told you what to do. Yes, go on. Have I got permission to protest in this area? I am not protesting. I am just speaking on a megaphone. Have I got permission to speak on a megaphone? Have you got permission to ask me whether I've got permission? You do? Who gave you that permission? You gave, and I gave me my permission to do this. Let's shake on it. Fantastic. Lovely to meet you. Now, do you want to turn it down a bit? Yeah, I'll turn it down a bit. Hold on a second. There you go. Is that better? Fantastic. Okay. Any other problems? What's the problem? What's the problem that I'm causing a big car? I'll tell you what the problem is. The system's the problem. Have you noticed that? You haven't noticed there might be a problem with the system. You haven't noticed that the political, economic and legal systems are completely screwed up, are based on lies and deception and deceit. This whole area is financing crimes all around the world, and you have the audacity, I like you, but you have the audacity to tell me that I should move from here because some big massive corporation has managed to corrupt the government to get some grant to build some massive building in the middle of a recession. Can you explain to me how does that all work? Very good, well done. What do you mean by that? I can stand up and protest. Yes, I can stand up and yes, that's right, they can see me, but at the moment, I'll tell you what the problem is. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to admit, to be fair to this guy, he's been very, very polite. I do suffer from ODD, which is a mental health condition, which is basically if someone tells me what to do, I do the opposite. Anybody, do you know people like that? It's brilliant. So, I'll sit here, yes, thank you. Okay, there you go. Okay, but when you go, I'm going to carry on sitting down, just to let you know, okay? Just to make your life better. But don't just hang around me unless you really want to listen to what I have to say, you understand? Fantastic. Are you happy now that I'm standing? You happy now? You okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, you see, the thing is that what's going on here is just a tiny little tip. It's like a bit of the hologram. Because what this guy's doing here is just doing his job, aren't you, right? Now, normally, I suspect that if you were walking past here, you were one of these people, you wouldn't even get out, sit down, or stand up. Well, you would be like, do you bother if I sit down or stand up? Does it bother you? Not really. What about you? Does it bother you? No, does it bother you? Does it bother you, madam? No, it doesn't bother you. In fact, if there's anybody else it bothers, pop your hand up, right? Which is nobody. Maybe the traffic, yeah, but there's no traffic at the moment. Which means that you're the only one it bothers, which begs the question, are you thinking straight? Probably not. Don't worry, you're in very good company. None of us are thinking straight. And the reason why we're not thinking straight is because we've been fed loads of lies by the corporate media that have control over us, that have control over our minds. If anybody can actually explain how this whole thing works, who are the City of London? Who runs this place? Who are the guys behind the scenes? What's the point in voting on the 7th of May? It's all a facade. It's all just a joke. It's all just Hollywood. They're taking the mick out of us. Now look, don't take it personally, by the way, because I sometimes do take it personally and get all excited. It's okay, they're taking the mick out of all of us. It's nothing personal, right? But they're taking the mick out of you, they're taking the mick out of me with all this authoritarianism. It's completely bonkers. So can someone please explain to me how come there's a guy that sits behind the speaker in the Houses of Commons who represents the City of London? Can you explain that? Well, I don't know. That sounds like very corrupt to me, doesn't it? Does it sound corrupt to you? No comment. I'll take that as a yes. I do have a few leaflets on me for the very, very interested and curious, but I must warn you, if you do ask me for a leaflet, everybody's going to see that you've asked the nutter with a megaphone for a leaflet.
Wait, honestly, it doesn't sound like a leaflet, please. I think it doesn't make complete sense. But if you're feeling harassed, please let me know. I'm happy to be a witness. I know. Just checking that you are okay. Thank you very much. Good luck. Thank you. I thoroughly agree with you.
I want to end with, just before I move on, I want to end with one thing I'd like to see if we can do some hugging. I'm going to go around hugging people. Let's do some hugging in the city. It's much needed. Healing in the city. Let's go. Just go up to people you haven't met, give them a hug. Obviously get their permission first.
Everyone's leaving now.